of the season as well. I'm not defensive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Chelsea news video. First things first, guys, you know what to do. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here. And as always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And the Blues heading off on their pre-season tour of America on Monday. First game Wednesday night against Wrexham. But there is still plenty of news to dive into. The latest goalkeeper to be linked with Chelsea is Leicester City Mads Hermansen, obviously worked under Enzo Maresca last season. It was only going to be a matter of the time until he was linked. Obviously, Andrey Santos going on loan to Strasbourg as well. And Chelsea are set to make their first offer for 16-year-old Gremio talent Gabriel Mek in this coming week. But let's start with the goalkeeping situation. Obviously, you guys know my thoughts on that already. Obviously, we're looking for a goalkeeper with good distribution. And as I said, it didn't take long for Leicester's goalkeeper from last season to be linked with a move to the club. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean that this is going to be happening or this is anywhere near happening. But Tom Colomos, who is a sports journalist that mainly covers the Midlands, for the Daily Mail. He's reporting that Enzo Maresca is a big admirer of his former keeper, Mads Hermansen. Unclear whether admiration will develop into anything more solid, but the Danish keeper is valued at around £45 million. Now, £45 million for a goalkeeper, guys, that's at the expensive end. That's right up there towards the expensive end. This is a kid that came from the Danish league last summer. He came from, I think it was Brøndby or a team similar to that. Pretty sure it was Brøndby he came from. And he cost about £6 or £7 million. And a season later, he's reportedly worth around the 40 or 45 million pound mark. Yeah, such is the madness of the market. Is he truly worth that? Probably not. The geezer's got 4 years left on his contract still. But look, he would obviously fit what Chelsea are looking for in terms of a goalkeeper, in terms of, you know, he's in that age profile. He's 24 years of age. He knows Enzo Maresca. He knows what is expected of a goalkeeper in an Enzo Maresca system. He's very good with his feet. His distribution's good. It's ticking all the boxes. He's yet to be capped for Denmark, though. He was part of the Euro 2024 squad, but it was an unused sub in each of Denmark's games. But he played 44 times in the Championship last season. He kept 13 clean sheets, conceded 41 goals. So look, they conceded less than a goal a game, which is not bad going at all. Yes, they were the best team in the league, but you know they conceded less than a goal a game. Look, he ticks the criteria for sure. But look, if you're going to spend £45 million on a goalkeeper, as I said, that's the expensive end of the goalkeeping bracket. You would maybe want someone a bit better, someone with maybe a little bit more about them. But again, you know, it could prove to be a smart signing if it were to materialize into anything, because he knows Maresca and he knows the system and he knows what's expected. Plus, there's that potential there and that ability there to get even better. But the most important thing with this guy is that he ticks what Chelsea are looking for. Is he a better goalkeeper than Petrovic? I don't know. I've not watched enough of him. But does he better suit the way that Chelsea are looking to play, than a Sanchez and then a Petrovic? Yes, that is the answer. So if Chelsea were to go for this guy, whilst it would be a ridiculous amount of money to spend on a goalkeeper for someone who is relatively unproven, someone 2 years ago that was playing in the Danish league, his rise is obviously seems to be quite big. And I wouldn't fully rule this out, rule Chelsea out making a move for him, depending on how desperate Enzo Maresca is for a reunion with him as well. But at this point, it's just interest, and we wait to see whether that interest is going to be advanced on. But as I said, it didn't take long for those links to Leicester's keeper to come to fruition. Let's see if that develops any further over the coming weeks, over pre-season, and we may have a better idea of whether Chelsea are going to go in for the Dane or not. Let's carry on with the news on Andrey Santos, which dropped exclusively last night from Fabrizio Romano. We had an idea that this was probably going to happen, but Andrey Santos will return to Strasbourg on loan after going on tour with Chelsea. Deal done. Dortmund and other clubs keen on signing him, but Andrey spoke to Liam Rossini about style of play implemented at Chelsea and Strasbourg. Andrey, a big part of Chelsea future plans. Now, look, I can't say I'm surprised by this. On reflection, it probably is the right decision given the options that we've got in midfield, given the fact that he probably isn't going to get the amount of minutes that he would need to help his development. On the other hand, it's slightly disappointing because if Conor Gallagher does leave, then you've got obviously Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, Dewsbury Hall as 4 midfielders, and Chukwuemeka as well. But you've got Conference League, domestic cups, and all those sort of things. I think there would have been ample chance for him. But I think what this move does indicate then is that Gallagher perhaps is more than likely staying, and there just isn't the space for him to get the minutes that they feel is going to be beneficial for him. Obviously, with this multi-club model, Strasbourg, by appointing Rossignol, are going to be deploying a similar style of football to what Chelsea are playing under Maresca. So if he can learn that system, he knows the club. He spent 6 months there last season. He can establish himself as a real key part of the team. And I think this could be really good for his development. You know, he's still very young. So it's not like there's no future for him at Chelsea at all. I always believe that, you know, this is the way forward. He's 20 years of age. There is plenty of time for this kid to make a mark at Chelsea. So I like this move. I think it makes sense. It's a smart use of one of the international loan spots. And I think for the following season, the 25-26 campaign, then that is when you will start to see Andrey Santos really make his mark on this Chelsea team. So whilst I get it, we're also relying on Chukwuemeka to stay fit. We're relying on Romeo Lavia to stay fit. And Conor Gallagher staying, because if Gallagher goes and those players struggle to stay fit, then you could have easily seen there being an option for Santos to definitely feature on a fairly regular basis. But on the balance, I think it's a fair result. A fair conclusion to the outcome. I think it's good that he gains more experience, gets more integrated and ingrained with Chelsea by going on the pre-season tour. I think that's an important one. I think that makes sense. I've seen some people saying, "Oh, we might as well just go and do pre-season at Strasbourg." No, I think it's important that he remains integrated, feels part of Chelsea, and then goes off on that loan deal to go and do his thing in France. And we need to remember, guys, we kind of wasted 6 months of his development last season when he didn't kick a ball for Nottingham Forest at all. So, I'm not surprised by this at all. I think it makes sense. Part of me would have liked to have seen him given a chance, given we're relying on players' fitness. And we have got Conference League and a lot of games. We're going to be playing Thursday, Sunday quite a lot. There would have been ample chance, I think, for him to get a decent chunk of minutes. But look, I can't complain about this one too much. It makes sense. And obviously wish him all the best in France again. And there's no reason why he can't have a top season and establish himself as a really important player for Strasbourg, and maybe start to knock on the door for selection to the Brazilian national team. I think there's definitely an outside possibility of that as well, given the current state of affairs with the Brazilian national team. So good luck to Andrey Santos. Looking forward to seeing what he does in pre-season. And then he will be off to Strasbourg. And then to round out, guys, we've got the latest on, it wouldn't be a Chelsea news video without an update on a 16-year-old from Brazil. But Grêmio will receive Chelsea's first official proposal for Gabriel Mek at the beginning of the week. Conversations have taken place. No offer's been made yet. Other clubs in Europe are monitoring the player. So there we go. Chelsea set to make their first offer for 16-year-old Gabriel Mek. I can't really add an awful lot on him because I don't know very much about him. That is the reality of the situation. This is one where he wouldn't be able to come until 2026 when he's 18. So he wouldn't be arriving for a couple of years anyway. He'd more than likely spend a year or so on loan. Like this is one of them ones where you're looking at like a project 2030. The chances of us seeing him play for Chelsea before 2030, if he does come, would be very, very slim. I just look at this as another level of talent, a good talent to pick up. If it works out, we've picked him up on a relatively cheap deal. If it doesn't, then there's going to be enough resale value in the player to shift him on for a decent fee. So look, I can't really comment too much about this signing. I get it. People will be frustrated. Oh, why are we doing this and not focusing on the first team? It's not like that. This is not taking up resources away from the first team. It's not like we've put our first team transfer business to one side and we're purely focusing on this. So yeah, like, I can understand frustrations, but ultimately for me, I'm not really that fussed about this deal. It is what it is. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then I'm not exactly going to be losing an awful lot of sleep over that one. But yeah, guys, not an awful lot going on at the moment in the world of Chelsea. Off on the pre-season tour on Monday. Looking forward to having Chelsea back in action. Maybe some transfer business picking up, possible outgoings that need a bit of acceleration. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Smash the likes, subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch you again in another one soon. Up the Chelsea and peace out.